Hello, I'm Teacher Robin. Welcome to another live streaming class. Today we are going to talk about some words that are difficult to pronounce. 27 words to be specific. So if you want to improve your pronunciation, this is the class for you, and you can participate in the class by writing in the comments. So I'll be checking your comments throughout the class. Okay, so let's get started with these 27 words. So I'm going to give you the word, I'll pronounce it, the definition, and then I'm going to use it in a sentence. Okay, so are you ready to listen? Let's get started now. So our first one is thoroughly. Okay, so thoroughly means very much, greatly, or in a thorough manner. For example, Jane thoroughly enjoyed the film. Okay, our next complicated word is gorgeous, which means beautiful or very attractive. For example, the view from your terrace is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, particularly. This means to a higher degree than is usual or average. For example, at that restaurant, I particularly recommend the prime rib. Okay, overdue. This means that something has not yet arrived, has not happened, or been done by an expected time. For example, Steve feels that he's overdue for a promotion. Okay, world. This is the earth, all the people and the places and things in it. For example, what's the tallest building in the world? Okay, I see several people are joining us so far. Sammy, Jerome, and Russell say hello. So thanks for watching. I hope this is clearing up some of your doubts about words that are difficult to pronounce. So let's keep going. And again, if you have questions, feel free to write them in the comments. So our next difficult word, we just talked about world, now we're on to another word, is height. Okay, so height means the distance from the top to the bottom of something. For example, I am the same height as my sister. Okay, next word, Worcestershire. This is a very complicated one, especially for Americans, because this word is a county in western central England. That should say county, not country, excuse me. So it's a part, like a region, a county in England. And for example, my English teacher is from Worcestershire. Okay, this is also a sauce that's popular to put on steaks, Worcestershire sauce. Okay, so make sure you pronounce it correctly, especially if you are visiting the UK. All right, squirrel. So a squirrel is a small animal covered in fur with a long tail. So depending on where you live, you may see a lot of these or you might not. But for example, I saw a squirrel in my yard this morning. Okay, another complicated word, sixth. Okay, so this is actually an ordinal number in a list. So you start at first and then you go all the way to sixth. It is also one of 6 equal parts of something, so it can also mean a fraction. All right, for example, this is the author's 6th book. Okay, so emphasis on that TH sound, which is difficult for some people, the th, so sixth. Okay, schedule. A schedule is a list of planned activities or things to be done, showing the times and the dates. For example, let me check my schedule to see if I'm available. So this SCH kind of turns into like a K sound, schedule. Okay, February. This is probably the most complicated month to pronounce. February is the 2nd month of the year after January and before March. For example, Valentine's Day is February 14th. Okay, so this, we don't pronounce it as it's written. We don't say February. This R kind of goes away and we pronounce it February. Okay, vegetable. Vegetable. A plant, root, or seed or pod that is used as food. For example, I made vegetable lasagna for dinner. Okay, so here we don't pronounce every single syllable. Instead of saying vegetable, we kind of shorten it and say vegetable. All right, another one, a drought. A drought is a long period where there is little or no rain. For example, the drought damaged all of the crops in the area. Okay, so this O-U-G-H-T sound is complicated for some people. It's just, it turns into a T sound, drought. Okay, rural. Rural means of relating to or characteristic of the country, country life, or country people. So you could say, for example, I grew up in a rural town. This is complicated because you have two R's very close to each other. So, so sometimes people have difficulty pronouncing rural. So just take your time when you're saying it. All right, caught. This is another GHT one, so it's pronounced caught. It is the simple past of the verb to catch. For example, the thief was caught taking money from the safe. Okay, this one is not pronounced at all the way it's spelled. This is actually colonel, which is an officer in the U.S. Army, the Air Force, or the Marine Corps. So you call someone by their title, so like Colonel Sanders, etc. For example, I had to follow the colonel's orders. So here, the L sound is not pronounced at all. It is, it turns into an R. Okay, anemone. An anemone is a garden plant with red, purple, or white flowers. For example, Japanese anemones are my favorite plants. So this word is difficult to pronounce because it has a lot of vowels together. So again, anemone, okay? Next, we have comfortable. Okay, it's not comfortable, it's comfortable, which means providing physical ease and relaxation. For example, my new sofa is so comfortable. Okay, another difficult word, throughout. Okay, this means in every part of a place or an object. For example, the police searched for evidence throughout the house. Okay, choir. This is an organized group of singers, so this CH turns into like a K sound, choir, or a Q sound. For example, the children's choir performance was lovely. Okay, an alias. An alias is a false name used to conceal one's identity. So someone might use an alias when they want to hide their name. For example, sometimes this happens with authors. The author used an alias. Okay, so they used a name that was not actually theirs. All right, literature. Okay, in the United States, we especially pronounce this T very softly. The T becomes very soft, so literature means books and writing published on a particular subject. For example, I really enjoy reading German literature, so it kind of becomes soft T, almost a D sound. Okay, course. Course is a set of classes. A course is a set of classes on a particular subject. For example, ABBA English is an online English course. Okay, candidate. All right, not candidate. Candidate is a person who is competing to get a job or elected position. So if someone wants to become president, for example, before they actually win or lose, they are a candidate. Okay, for example, each candidate gave a short speech. All right, another word that can be difficult to pronounce, culture. Okay, this T-U-R-E becomes kind of like a ch sound, so culture is the way of life of a particular group of people at a particular time. For example, I love learning about a new culture every time I travel. All right. Average. Okay, this is a standard or a level that is considered to be typical or usual. For example, what is the average salary in your field of work? Okay, and finally, our last word that is difficult to pronounce, sausage. Okay, so most people know what a sausage is. It's a thin tube-like casing containing meat that has been cut into pieces and mixed with spices. Okay, so for example, I eat eggs and sausage for breakfast every Saturday. Let me read that again because I didn't say it very well. I eat eggs and sausage for breakfast every Saturday. Okay. So now that we've gone through 27, I know it's a lot, but I just wanted to give you an overview of some of the most difficult words to pronounce. Tell me in the comments which words you find difficult to pronounce. I see we have one already. Mohammed asked, how is D-R-A-U-G-H-T? So that's I think you're talking about draft, or you wanted me to pronounce drought again. If there's an O, then it's drought. If not, it's draft. Okay? And try to write a sentence with one of the words that you've just seen. Okay? So try practicing, and if there's another word besides these 27 that I've already mentioned, then please tell me in the comments and I will pronounce it for you, hopefully correctly. All right, so let's, as you're writing your comments, let me tell you more about the ABBA English course. At ABBA, we have a complete course from beginners to business level. Our course is available on web, mobile, and tablet devices, so you can study from anywhere, and you can start with the beginner's level, and it goes all the way to business. It's made up of 144 units. Each unit has a short film, a video class explaining the grammar, and then exercises to practice your speaking, listening, reading, and writing skills. So you cover all of those in our course. In addition to the course, we have many other resources for you. But first, if you want to sign up, if you want to receive more information about the course, go to abbaenglish.com. And you can also visit us, on all of our social media networks. So we have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. We are posting new content on those channels every day, so there's lots of ways for you to practice. There's even more content related to pronunciation, phonetics, which are really important to learn if you want to pronounce words correctly. So check that out if you haven't already. And let's see who has left a comment. Danny says, okay, leopard, L-E-O-P-A-R-D. It's not leopard, it's leopard. Okay, so this is an animal that you would find in the jungle. Okay, Mustafa says he has problems saying the word consciousness. Okay, this means the being aware of something, your consciousness. Okay, this S-C-I-O-U-S sound is kind of turns into an S-H, so consciousness. Okay, great example, Mustafa. Thanks for writing that. I think we have a couple more. I'll just wait for it to be posted, and I'm glad that everyone is participating. I know that English can be hard, especially related to pronunciation. Ibrahim says average. Okay, so we talked about that one earlier, which means kind of a number that is acceptable. The average. Okay, so instead of pronouncing every syllable, we kind of put them together. Instead of saying average, we say average. All right, good. Thanks, Ibrahim. Are there any more? Not right now? Okay, great. So if you have more, then be sure to write them in the comments, and maybe we can post a little follow-up video with extra pronunciation. Okay, so as I said, visit our video section of our Facebook page, and there you can find more videos about phonetics and pronunciation. So that's really important when you are learning English, to learn phonetics as well, because then you will know how to pronounce every word when you look it up in the dictionary. Okay, so I want to thank everyone who has joined today. Next time we're going to talk about a more practical topic, how to give great feedback. Okay, so feedback is when you respond to someone and you tell them if you liked what they said or a presentation that they gave, and some ways to give constructive criticism. Okay, so we're going to talk about that next week. I hope that you can join same time next week. Okay, so thanks again for participating. I hope that this has been useful for you, and again, keep writing in the comments if there's another word that I didn't mention. and have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.